I don't know if this game is long or what, like if I just started. Hey, what it is, people. Orthus, I can tell you how far along you are. I've seen someone play through pretty much everything. What do you want me to do? Shit. Hey, Ruben Flores. Oh my god. Doing some... I just start the game and I should know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how... I don't feel like I've been playing for very long. You having a good day? Yes, actually today was a good day in the words of Ice Cube. I had to go into the doctor's today and get some blood drawn for testing my tumor markers, and I got my results from my last test.
Stay focused and look for a weak point.
Yes, sir.
Oh right, we were about to... I haven't played this in a while. This just came in on Discord. I messaged you my YouTube name. Okay. Oh. Controller's vibrating. Anyway, so right now my blood work is showing all negative as far as cancer goes. No issues. I'm gonna explore before I go into that area. Wait, did I do what I intended to do there? And so I'm good on that front. And then we've been doing some boarding for dogs. So there's a dog staying with us right now named Sasha. She's a Doberman mix, about 8 months old. And Jojo and her are having so much fun. I swear they're like in love with each other. But that means doing a lot of playing. And they're playing right now. So I'm slightly distracted. Because I want to make sure they don't wreck anything, because they're kind of like, they're not small, right? Alright, there's the creature. I haven't played this in a while, I can't remember. How to do shit. Oh, I need that, because my health is shit right now. Maybe I should go look for health before I start fighting this thing. Hey, Joshimo. I think you're still pretty early. Yeah, I think so. 2 dogs, the best amount of dogs. Yeah, last week we had 2 German wire-haired pointers here. One older one and one puppy. And they were here with Jojo, and that was also... That was 3 dogs. That was pretty interesting. You can hear them whining as they play. I'm just trying to get like some health. Is there a pottery there I can break? Can I pick this up? No. Oh, I'll climb this. Oh, this is bringing me back to where I was. Not really helping. Let's see what's over here. Can I go this way? So I do have to go around. I need some health. I'm gonna get killed by this thing. Hey Zen Man. I won't be on for long since I'm set on working on my personal writing project. Alright. What are you doing? Like, what do you mean by a personal writing project? You got something specific? So, you know, I've been like, we had a stream where we were talking about health and stuff, and I follow Jordan Peterson's daughter, Michaela Peterson, and she's doing this carnivore diet, and she doesn't do any exercise, and she's also been pregnant at least once. Jojo, Sasha, come in here. And she looks great, and I'm like thinking, you know, I know that everybody's sort of, you know, genetics is different, but she's pretty impressive. It'd be cool to be able to I don't want to fight this guy. I'm gonna have to, I think. Does he see me? Okay, well, I guess I'll just drop down. Or, wait a minute. Or, what if, when he walks under that pillar, I throw this thing at this thing? Let's see. That didn't work out. Okay.
Stay quiet. Make no sudden movement.
Soul Devourers aren't so bad. Would have been cool if it worked. I know, well, it kind of looked like it was set up that way. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, well, I'm using the obvious cover as cover. This reminds me of that other ancient dude. What is this? Alchemist ring. Green ring belonging to Brock's friend. And Vari, Brock will probably want to give this a look. Okay.
Where's the rest of it? Soul Eater gone. I guess we should bring this back.
Can I roll to, like, because I don't want to die from that fucking fire. Increase resistance to burn damage by 20%. Okay. Can you use that thing that fell out? What? Okay. Haven't seen much of this game. Pretty sick. Yeah. It's a shame about... Well, I don't know if it's a shame. I mean, it's a good game. I think guys over at Polygon, they interviewed the director, and they got him to, you know, to reinforce the toxic masculinity narrative, saying that was like a central reason why they went this way. I personally don't like that. I think it's pretty underhanded for them to do, but just give me some health, motherfuckers. But I mean, it's a good game, and I get it. They were taking it in another direction, sure, but I don't think the yeah, I'm not a big fan of the toxic masculinity shit. I don't think God of War is about that. Kratos doesn't seem to be much different, albeit maybe less of a hardcore hard ass than he used to be. Okay, so Fury of the Ice Troll. Oh, that's nice area. I think that's a good one. I mean, that one does more damage, but this is good to like clear guys out. So let's try this for a bit. Seeing the whole game already means I might say something nonsensical I don't want to spoil. If I stop making sense, just ignore me. Okay. Gotta put Jesus in every game ever, right? Jesus? I feel like I picked up a bunch of shit and I'm ignoring it. So maybe I should look at some other things. No. Okay, runic attacks, that's right. Frost Giant's Frenzy, that's still my favorite right now. Evald's Anvil is pretty good too, because it does freeze all these guys. Thazi's Talon? Ooh. Let's keep this, though. Alright. Does this shield ever improve? Because I just have the same ones. Like these bonus ones I got for pre-ordering, which I didn't. I think I got it like the day of. They're not different. I don't know. I don't get it. And Spectral Wolf. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I gotta put Jesus in every game. I gotta get Atreus up there. Oh, here we go. I've never seen any other shields in the game start to finish. Well then, well whatever. Seems weird that they even have that as a piece of equipment you can change. Boy? Boy. Thank you. I feel like I had to threaten him. Come on, boy.
Can you read it?
Yes, sir.
So, Orthus, have you seen most of it? Do they do this toxic masculinity shit in here?
I don't know that one.
We will ask the Blue One.
So now you're interested?
We found his alchemist. A reward was promised.
Hey, Jojo, Sasha, come here, come. Got into an argument with a female friend yesterday on the topic that men should be allowed more open with their feelings. Oh shit. They didn't give me any fucking healing stones. Oh well. I'll just go back to the last checkpoints. Probably like right here.
Read it.
Yes, sir.
Read it.
These runes were written fast. Spells out
They don't get political as far as I remember. It's just a tale of
now you're
Kratos and his son going to scatter his wife's
Alchemist.
ashes. That's pretty much
A
all.
reward was promised.
Okay. Well, what was your... how did your argument go? What was her side? Let's put it that way. Talk to my dude friends all the time about my problems. I feel like there should be new animations. Oh, that was fucking... Did you see that? That was fucking
I'm
cool.
getting better at this.
You're okay. Joshima was gonna ask Prim about this, but you guys might know if there are any good books on men's mental health specifically. Yeah, like Tom Golden has written books on the topic. Is this where we came in? I think it is. Tom Golden has written books on the topic. Oh no, no, it's not.
Focus up.
Yeah, so Jordan B. Peterson, sure. Look up Terra Palmatier. It's Palmatier spelled Palmatier. Yeah, I mean, like, when men work together, that is their way. That's the thing, you know, this is the thing about toxic masculinity, like why I have a really big problem with it. It's because the people who talk about this stuff, they don't understand men. They just don't know how we work, and they make a lot of really crazy-ass assumptions about male behavior because their standard is female behavior. So they assume that women are doing it right because they do it more often. Oh, it's just some night. Oh, I mean, like, they're more vocal, let's put it that way. You know, the way that women express their problems is they talk about it openly and often, whereas men, you know, they have, like, a different way of dealing with it. But that doesn't mean they don't fucking deal with it. Can't stand that shit. People who don't understand the way you work and then presume to know what you need. What the fuck is that about? Men understand... Oh, I'm missing this stuff. Swallowed by a Snake is Tom Golden's book. Yeah, he has a few. And, spelling of the name of the dude. What dude? I'm sorry, I missed it. Pardon the lengthy response. Hold on. I'll put it on the... Because the thing is... With the PlayStation chat, they have like a fucking stupid low character limit. So I gotta open it on my tablet in YouTube so I can look at it, and it's better because it lets me scroll back. So let me go ahead and do that. No big deal. Alright, was going to ask Prim about you guys know if there are any good books on men's mental health. Specifically, like, as far as I know, Paul Elam doesn't have any books. No, I don't think he does, but he might be working on one. Ruben Flores, she showed me a Tumblr post that explained men's friendships were about doing things with each other and women's was about emotional support. Well, yeah. I mean, men are defined by their actions in general, which is something that other men appreciate. Whereas, I think women just have a different way of emoting. They just tend to be more vocal because it works for them. You know, like if a woman is in trouble, she just says she's in trouble and then people come and help. If a man is in trouble, then for the most part, he has to find a solution. And, you know, this isn't intended as... I feel like I'm missing... There's probably tons of secrets and shit in this game that I always miss because I'm like, just not paying attention. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Yeah. So yeah, it's just men and women are different about how they talk about their problems. It's almost like we're not the same. Yeah, remember correctly from the show, you guys were right. Polygon were the driving force behind bringing up toxic masculinity. If they think there's a narrative there, it's in their heads. Yeah, and that's even assuming the Polygon even got far enough into the game to see that it probably doesn't actually tackle that. I mean, they flesh out the Kratos character more, and I guess you could, you know, you could assume that toxic masculinity is the reason for it. Can I pick up this torch? Oh. But no, as it turns out, it's not about that. I don't think so anyway. Alright. Let me see. Gonna look at the chat again because I don't want to miss anything. It continued to say, "Can you go again, slower, dude? Haha." What do you mean? Doing things with each other is emotional support. It's not our fault. We're more productive. Yeah, it's like, it's just another way that I think emotional support. Maybe what she's trying to say is, women actually talk to each other more. They just say it out loud, and men, they do too, but they don't do it. They don't tend to do it in a, you know, oh hey, what's up, dude? What's up, Brock?
What'd you find?
All right, let me pause it for a second before I talk to this guy. When men do it, they do it in a different context. You know, where they're doing an activity together, or where they're working together, or something like that. They're doing something to keep their body or their mind busy while they're sort of dealing with their problems. And I mean, you guys have to have like known that you've had conversations with other men when you were going through hard times, or when your friends were, and you sat down and you like had a beer, or you went to watch something together, or you played games together, or fishing, or whatever it is that you do, and you like exert some energy, whether it's mental or physical, you know, play a sport, whatever, and then, you know, you, as the day wears on, you start to talk about whatever it is your concerns are, whatever your worries are about, you know, relationships or life or your goals or your job or whatever. It's just that men do it differently, and I think that men tend to think that their problems are a burden that other people shouldn't have to deal with if they don't have to, so they tend to try to do as much as they can without help before they ask for help. And I think that's an important distinction from when women have problems, where they basically know that if they just talk about their problems, most people want to hear them because they're used to people saying, "Let me hear what your problems are," right? Even if they don't have solutions. And that's actually funny. Like, have you ever noticed that when women talk about their problems, they aren't, a lot of the time they're not looking for solutions, but they just want to be heard? And when men talk about their problems, they only bring them up when they're trying to find solutions. Otherwise, they won't talk about them. If they know what that needs to be done, or if they know that there is nothing that can be done, and so therefore they just have to endure it. It's interesting how we look at it differently. And I'm sure there's an evolutionary reason for it. Okay. If it continues, Ruben Flores. It continued to say that men misunderstand women's friendship and dump all their emotional language onto their significant other. The post said that men's keeping their emotions hurt them. Yeah, that's because they buy into the feminist bullshit. Mike Hawk 420 Blazing. Swallowed by a Snake was Tom Golden's book. Yes. Joshimo. I meant the spelling of the name of the dude. Okay. Can you go again slower? Oh, you might be talking about Tara Palmatier. Tara, T-A-R-A, is a woman. Palmatier is P-A-L-M-A-T-I-E-R. If you do a YouTube search of Tara Palmatier, you'll see she's been on Paul's channel a few times. Shrink for Men is the website. Just go to shrinkformen.com. I bet Tara Palmatier has written books on it. Tara Palmatier, fun fact, she is the woman that came up with the moniker honey badgers. She was the one who came up with it. Okay. Ruben Flores, I think she agreed with the Tumblr post because she's sympathetic to men but not fully aware of all the feminist tricks. Well, yeah, most people are I think, that genuinely care about men. They are more likely to fall for this shit because feminism's ideology is so sneaky. I think most people, this is why I said, and I say this all the time on the show, when people on the right, like Milo Yiannopoulos, say, oh, look at how unpopular feminism is, look at how few women identify with feminism. That's not a good argument against the popularity of feminism, because the fact is that despite the fact that most people don't identify as feminists, most people agree with most of what feminism has to say about everything. Even if they don't call it feminism, they just say, well, I'm not a feminist or anything, but I will agree that 100 or so years ago women were viewed as chattel. Or I'm not a feminist, but I would agree that women have it worst, or the wage gap is real, or rape culture is real, or patriarchy is real. We need more women in STEM. We need more women in CEOs of Fortune companies. We need domestic violence is mostly men beating on women. Most people believe that stuff, even if it's not called feminism. So we haven't, by any stretch of the imagination, moved the Overton window enough that people are walking away from feminism. And the thing is too, is with feminists, and I mean, I'm talking not necessarily about the diehard, actual misandrist feminists, but the, basic bitch, coffee house feminists, the Becky feminists, and not just white feminists, women, but women, all men, male feminists, female feminists, all races, whatever. Most of them are really, they think for some reason that there has to be a commitment to the label. I find myself, when I'm talking and arguing with actual feminists, that the label feminism or feminist is more important than the principles of whatever you might consider to be equality or human rights or fairness between the genders or whatever. So, let's see. Gynocentrism. Wikipedia snippet. Hey man, what's up? Guillermo Sandoval. My man. Conspiracy chattel. Wikipedia snippet. Hey, conspiracy. That sounded like the one advertisement for Chia Pets. The dude who said it looks like one. Matt Binder. He looks like well, anyway, he looks like he hit puberty a little bit too early or something, but never finished.
You're alchemist.
I'm sorry, bro. The hand is always defined. Still wearing the ring. There was a soldier inside, and well, he must have burned away the rest of him.
Suppose you'll still be wanting some compensation?
Naturally,
he says. Money for upkeep.
Grip of Volder.
I'll take a closer look at this here ring.
There's some echo. Yeah. Let me lower the volume on my... The reason is because,
Sure, dwarves and magic jewels is like flies and pig lips.
The reason why there's echo is because I'm letting the sound play out of the speakers of my PlayStation, so that my wife, if she wanted to listen, she could. Because otherwise I'll make the sound come out of my headphones, but if I do, then she can't hear it. So, Dad of War, yeah. Alright, let's take a look. So I have grip of Tanagost, which is 666. Nice. If I change it, this one is strength and defense only. Very low perk activation chance to grant protective barrier, preventing damage from enemy attacks. Low perk activation chance to strike with an explosion of lightning that inflicts shock damage. It didn't happen though. I haven't seen that yet. I think this one is better, but that one's higher level. I don't get it. Preventing damage from enemy attacks. Well, you know what? Let's try it for a bit. That's fine. I can change if I want to. Alright.
What realm you gents shaking off? Let me guess. Alfheim?
How'd you guess?
I'd know that smell anywhere. Used to spend my fair share of time there, but I ain't allowed to anymore on account of the incident.
What happened?
Well, ain't too sure your daddy's gonna like me talking about it on account of all the swearing and stealing and fucking involved.
What?
Don't judge me. You're the one came in all reeking of elf. Stirs up a man's memories. Go on now. I got things that ain't gonna hammer themselves.
Guy's a boss.
All right, what'd you break?
New stuff. Defender's Cuirass. I lose strength, but I gain defense. Joshimo, getting ready for my psychology course, and literally every book. Hold on. Every book I read mentions women worsting at some point. Of course. Did this man smash elves? He crushed elves. He crushed elf ass. Will be nice to have a break. Let me switch this to live chat so I don't miss any messages. For sure, man. Hold on a second. I gotta check something out. Okay. So I made a comment on my Facebook post. Because I've been seeing, like, people talking shit at, Pauldron of the Ancients. I should wait until I get more ancient hearts, huh? But when am I gonna get them? Cure their ass of what? Yeah, really. It's a cure ass. Anyway, so I was on my Facebook page, my personal one, and I often talk shit about the left and feminists and stuff like that. Anyway, but I was noticing all over social media. I mean, Twitter, Facebook, you know, fucking YouTube, just news sites in general, you name it. People just bashing on incels, like just going in on them. How much they hate them, how entitled they are, how misogynistic they are. There was a video that Allison sent me from the CBC where the CBC brought in some dude from Vice because we know how fucking reliable these guys are as a source to like educate them on incels because, you know, as we know, this guy at Vice knows what it means to be an incel. Actually, he might. But, and of course, you know, they're just bashing on these guys, right? And I make a post on there saying, you know, the lack of sympathy for the incel community, which I'm sorry, that they're, you know, these guys are more than anything, they're just kind of sad. I mean, I don't mean that in a way that, you know, like I think they're pathetic. It's not that. I'm trying to like put into words, but I have a lot of sympathy for them. Like I know it's rough because the fact is, you know, 2/3 of men or at least 1/3 to 1/2 of all the men this generation are not going to reproduce. There's just going to be a bunch of men that are not going to see action. And people will lie to you and they will tell you there's somebody for everybody, but the truth is there isn't. Because there are some men, a good number of them, that aren't going to get it. And there's a number of reasons for it. It's not a simple statement, okay? Because the thing is, when most people think of incels, they think of like, you know, fedora tipping brony types that are, you know, that have always been virgins, and they're kind of pathetic, and they don't take care of themselves, and they don't care about themselves, and, you know, they don't know how to bathe, and all this other stuff. You know, they just want to hang out with their friends and play Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that. That is not the case. I mean, there are incels like that, sure. There certainly are, but those guys can be saved. We can help them. We can tell them, hey, you know, maybe work on yourself, maybe love yourself more, better care of yourself, try to like set out some goals. And I don't even completely blame these guys for this, because, you know, considering how many men are raised by single moms, they don't have a father in the house, and they're raised in these feminist education systems, and, you know, they're just surrounded by this shit. If they turn out this way, I mean, can I blame them for that? Completely? I don't think so. On top of that, you add in, you know, they just have it hard, right? So you want to help them out, and you can. But then there are some guys that are beyond, they can't be saved. You can't make them just go pull them by the bootstraps and save themselves, because, you know, they're like, they could be disabled. They could be missing limbs. They could be born deformed. They could have, you know, disabilities. They could have all kinds of problems. They could be way far in the spectrum, you know. And they're just not, you just know. Like, have you met people men that you're just like, this guy is never going to see any action in his life? That's an incel. I went to the dog park today to take my dog Jojo and this dog that we've been sitting named Sasha. We walked them. It was a really hot day today, which was awesome. Took them to the dog park, right? And there is this, it's kind of far away. And not far from this place is kind of like a home. It's an apartment complex for veterans and disabled people and senior citizens, right? And there was this guy, he had to be in his 50s or 60s. And he was an old guy, and he had to use, he needed assistance walking. He had like a walker, but he wasn't super old. You know, you could tell he wasn't that old, but he needed like walking assistance. His eyes were fucked up. He was bald, you know, and he doesn't even have a dog. He goes to the dog park to sit down and watch the dogs and chat up people that are there and just talk to them. And when he talks, he has like a funny way of speaking that lets you know, he's got a slur and everything, but he's like, he tries to stay positive. And he's chatting with us about dogs and stuff. And, you know, we want to be polite, so we, like, talk to him and stuff. But that guy, that's an incel. Like, that guy's never... let's put it this way. It's very unlikely that he's going to get... he's going to know a woman's touch. Or ever has. You know? And I'm sorry, but I think that is deserving of some compassion. It's not... And when I talked about that, I said, you know, this is like the state of things. And this chick, who actually is in the Honey Badger Facebook group, so she's a fan of the show and of the people that are in it, she says that these men, they don't. What'd she say? Actually, you know what? I'm going to look it up because I don't want to misquote. Hold on a second, and I'll read your messages here. But I gotta find it because I don't want to misrepresent her. I gotta open Facebook. They think they should get a prostitute because the only thing they're missing is sex. Yeah, well, I think that when it comes to incels that think that sex is the answer to their problems, I think it's because they don't know. They've been alone for so long. They think that sex is love. They think that those things are the same. All right. Okay, here we go. So, what she said was... Oh, wow, this turned to a big conversation. She said on my post, I mean, you can't force people into loving, caring for, or sleeping with someone. These people are aware they're bitter and maladjusted, and instead of seeking help, they whine on the internet about being bitter, maladjusted, and lonely. I have no sympathy for anyone that refuses to help or better themselves, honestly. Okay. See, I don't think... The thing is, I never said, and I don't think anyone is saying, that women should be forced to love anybody, or care for them, or sleep with them. That's a ridiculous thing to say. Okay? When I say we should have compassion for these guys, and maybe try to understand them better, and approach this in a different way, instead of saying they're all shit, and they're always going to be shit, which is basically what most people say about them, I don't think that's productive. I think to help them either, firstly, make peace with what they are and who they are as people, and if we can help them, we should, okay? Because if we do that, then they could get to the point where not getting laid is not a big deal. Like we need to move them from incel to MGTOW at best. And I think they could use, for the ones that can get help, for the ones that are not beyond saving, maybe we can give them some PUA advice. I don't have a problem with that. I think that that's fine. But she assumes that when I say they need compassion, I'm saying we need to redistribute women or something. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying we should give a shit about their problems and see if we can help them. And yeah, anyway, it's turned into a big argument. So, all right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna move back to the YouTube chat. I just had to say that because it's astonishing. Like even women that are interested in the men's issues thing, they have no respect for incels, and they don't understand the incel problem is not that simple. And the worst part is the longer and I'm not saying I'm not saying that we need to give them women because we don't have the ability to do it. They just have to deal with it. They have to learn. They have to deal with it, but we can help them make it easier. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so anyway, I think that the longer a person goes without human contact, the harder it is for them to get human contact, because they actually, I think it actually causes mental, psychological, and even physiological problems for people. Humans need each other, okay? And if you are craving the attention of the opposite sex and they're not giving it to you, and you know, it's not about entitlement. It's not about sex. I bet incels are not just lonely when it comes to women. I bet a lot of them are lonely when it comes to friendships of any kind. And I think that's one of the reasons why they get together on forums and on the internet and talk. And when you take that away from them, that's like their only place that they can go to vent. And that was something else. The guy in the Vice interview said he was glad that the Reddit, I guess there was an incel on Reddit, and Reddit shut it down. And he was like, yeah, they were talking about raping women and, like, you know, organizing to rape women or something. And so Reddit cracked down on them and got rid of the page. So now what are they going to do? I mean, if they don't have that, I think, if anything, you know, this is how you create, essentially, suicides at least, right? Okay. Let me look at your comments. Just came in. What is this audio? I'm sorry. Actually, let me change. I'll change something for now. Broadcast settings. Oh wait, I'm doing this wrong. It's like this. Okay, is that better? All right. So let me see here. Bettering oneself is hard. You have to force yourself to become you're inherently not. to become someone that you're inherently not. Well, you can look at it that way. I would say try to look at it as someone who is not becoming something they aren't, but a better version of who they already are. Like, you don't have to change 180 degrees. You know, just look at the stuff, and it's always a choice. But I mean, as I say, you know, to every person, just look at who you are in the mirror, and then ask yourself, what are the things about me that I wish were different, and how? And then look at, okay, what do I have to do to get to those points, and are those goals worth whatever the sacrifice might be to get them? You know, whether that's time, or, you know, giving up hobbies, or giving up habits, you know, eating habits, drug habits, whatever. If you think it's worth it, and it'll make you happier because you feel more like the person you want to be, then go for it. And you should certainly get, and people should be around to help you do that. And that's what I'm advocating for. And the funny thing is, if you know, if you can do that, oh, my audio is different to what I was used to? I don't know. Hey, are you done? Yeah. Okay. Did you want to do something else? It's warm. We can open the windows. Oh, they're just open a little bit, though. You can bring the fan in here. Crank it up. Do you want to play Overwatch? Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that's what you wanted to do. We could do something else, too. I got Rayman Legends. It's a 2-player co-op platformer. Do you want to try that out? Hey guys, I'm gonna do another stream. Is it okay if I stream it? Okay, we can both play it in here. I'm gonna like close out this Dad of War stream, and I'm gonna start a new one with my wife, and we're gonna play Rayman Legends. I just downloaded it yesterday because it was free. I never played it before, and oh, the background music plus the voice made it. This isn't music. This is a dwarf working on something. Some guy. Oh, there's music. That's right. It's like atmosphere music. The poor man's Diablo theme. Anyway, I'm gonna come back to this.
Check back soon.
This is a good place to stop, anyways. You do it, Brian. Let me look at your guys' chat before I go, and then I'm gonna come right back. So don't leave. I'm gonna come right back. I'm just gonna be playing a different game. All right. So I'm gonna scroll up and see the rest of your things. Cult of Krill, wanted to say hi to Brian. Nice to meet him in San Jose. Hoping he is well. Oh, hey, man. Wikipedia snippet, or at least stop ridiculing them. Yes. Well, it is not helpful, right? What does that even do? It only makes the person ridiculing them feel better. And they think that that's how you get people to... It's like a lack of understanding, you know? Orthus, the grinding sound is Brock in the background of the game, yeah. Guillermo Sandoval... It's hard to change when you're socially awkward. It's true. It is. I used to be socially awkward. You know what actually changed it was working in retail. When you're forced to interact with people for years, you get better. Xerax, evening all. Just checking in before I hit the hay. Mike Hawk, 420 blazing. Women should use their cooter to stop the shooter. Wikipedia snippet. Thanks for stopping by, Xerax. Cult of Krill or at Orthus. Honestly, I thought the Dad of War was about the game. I expected to see Brian playing the game. I wanted to say hi. I was. I just stopped to talk to you guys. Mike Hawk, 420 blazing. Okay, yeah, just correct. I know what you meant. Drunken Aussie, hashtag me too. Cult of Kill. Oh, this is Brian. The audio sounded different to what I was used to. His voice. Orthus at Cult of Krill. Yeah, Brian just got off on a tangent for a bit. Cult of Krill. It's been about a year since we talked. I guess the background music plus your voice made it sound different. Do it, Brian. You were always my favorite Badger. Did we meet Cult of Krill? Oh yeah, right. No, you were in San Jose. I went there for was that the VR thing? And I may have met you there for, it was either that or I was there for the something else. But I don't remember this name. But I'm pretty sure when you mentioned San Jose, I do remember meeting some people there. It was the VR, yeah. Okay, in the hotel lobby. Right. I think. Joshimo, Walter, or was it in the bar? Could have been the bar. Walter Fate has lots of vids on incels, specifically the bad parts, but bad sympathy for the majority of incels and always supported the board's existence. Might be worth getting him on Fireside. Well, maybe. Joshimo, sorry, Colt, we distracted him. It's okay. These streams are mostly about just talking than anything else. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel this game, and I'm going to switch over to try out Rayman Legends, but I'll be starting up a new stream like right after this, so yeah, I feel like it was a different name. I'll be starting up another stream right after this, so I'm going to let you guys go. I will be right back.